This
This meeting is being recorded.
Есть проблемы с компьютера.
Проблемы с компьютера? Почему?
Uh,
What's the problem, man?
Passwords problems, so I'm a little late. Pardon me.
Don't worry. I just shoot the email because we talk about it that we might kind of, I mean, you were busy previous week anyway. My wife was happy. There's no cables here all around.
So everything is fixed now, I hope.
Yeah, everything is fixed. I mean, we're still gonna paint the other room. Let me close the door. Sorry about that.
Oh, sure. No, that's all right.
Yeah. I was just preparing myself and making some videos and from Toastmasters because I went this week again for the first time after 4 months. Что надо говорит. Это ты не используешь, потеряешь. If you don't use it, you lose it. Не использовать, потерять. Well, you know that. That's why I'm just kind of, diligent to continue, our lessons, whatever we can. Did you hear what the Russian president said about Bulgaria?
No.
Oh, he said, don't put your situation for Europeans. Don't put your situation like Bulgarian, who used to listen to other people and they lost a lot of chances and now they regret. Wow, it was so backslashing on our nation because few people decided to do something and then now he's backslashing on us. But it's easy to say like this after so many European countries were stressed out and they didn't make any movements. But now after some other changes and political, kind of stuff in the whole world, many European countries step in and say their words. But we were the first example how not to do things. And it's kind of not pleasant, but what to do. At least he was honest. He says they were advised to do so, and they decided not to step on their sovereignty, but they decided to listen to somebody else. Well, it's good to. I mean, sorry to begin with, but I'm still, kind of, remembering what he said. I mean, I didn't know that he said it, but obviously he said it. У тебя как было journey? Как было путешествие? How was your journey previous week?
Честно, было трудно, но я думаю, что со временем будет лучше. Если сейчас нам очень плохо, со временем будет лучше.
Со временем будет лучше. You mean that today will be better, or the future will be better?
Eventually things will be better. Eventually they always are. I can't say in Russian, but nothing lasts forever. Nothing lasts.
Ничего постоянно для всегда, или там ситуация променяется в каждом моменте. The situation is changing every moment.
Right.
Something like that. I also hope that's going to happen with my native land because I know that people are struggling there, and any dollar over will be okay, but I don't think that somebody cares about the regular people. Everybody cares for themselves. This kind of, community principle, it was made for a purpose during the communism, but it was made, Tim, it was controlled. And now, because nobody's controlling it, everybody thinks that, I care about myself, but I don't care about the other person. And that ruins the society, believe me. I never seen such a scale of degradation of a state like Bulgaria. Nevertheless, they say, you're in European Union, it's so beautiful. Yeah, it's gorgeous, beautiful, but nobody's controlling it. we even don't know what's going on in our backyard when they're saying that a lot of foreigners are coming now and start living there, but without any kind of, proper documents, illegally,
Oh,
I mean, I don't mind foreigners to come and live, but if it's illegal and they entered smuggling, human trafficking, then. But again, it's because of the lack of the powerful country, powerful state, and they are ready to give some extra cash just for kind of, because they don't care about the regular people in the regular state. I mean, sorry about going politics a little bit, but anyway.
no, that's all right. I expect your family. Many of them are still there, so this is not politics for you. This is personal. Your heart is there. Your thoughts are there. Your concerns are there. Perhaps there is someone that you want to speak to and you cannot get a hold of them or something of this nature. I hope that's not the case. I hope everyone is well, but you have ties, you have family there. Of course this will bother you.
Yeah, absolutely, Tim. Конечно, это правда. This is truth, and the problem is that we are like the frog in the some of them are like a frog in the pan with the hot water, and the water is getting hotter and hotter, but you don't see it, and when it's getting very hot, it'll be too late.
Yes.
I mean, that's the thing that we don't understand, that it's a time where you have to play with your sovereignty. You have to not to be abusive or aggressive, but you have to step in and say, listen, it's enough. We don't care about this, very liberal and very not specific stuff. I'm talking about the European Union. When every country, as you see, the European Union start to raise their voice, and we are the only ones who is following some directives, and we don't know why we are following it. And the problem is that few people are doing this, but it reflects the millions, and that's why we have not immigration. One of the professors says, sociology professor says, it's exodus. It's not immigration. It's like an exodus. About 3 to 4 million already for 30 years. They just run away in Western Europe, Canada, United States, Australia. I mean, the things. I think that the prophecy or kind of the future is that probably this territory, it's called Bulgaria, will be settled with different DNA codes and DNA. I mean, it will be different people living in. And obviously, the things that's repeated in the history, unfortunately, and if you don't pay attention, you can do the same thing. So we'll see what's going to happen. But hopefully, I'm wrong, but things are not so nice. So, ну, конечно.
So how many people are what is the population of Bulgaria now? How many people are still there?
Officially they say 7 million, but technically it's only 5.5, and most of them are not so young. Actually, we're one of the number one nation in Europe, and not only in Europe, which is has a negative birth rate, plus a lot of diseases and a lot of how it's called also, and a lot of dissipating population, very quickly. I think Latvia was also the same. Hungary, Germany, they have issues, and it's coming kind of, different races coming, I think. But it's all right. I mean, as long as our culture is still somewhere sustained and retained, maybe it's good, but I'm not sure. I mean, we cannot do nothing. Maybe it's a plan and we cannot do nothing. Что-то делать, надо только жить нашей жизни, можно помочь друг друга, но не надо что-то сделать. Well, it depends on many people, not on one or two people, but obviously it's always happening, this distortion, this distance between the politicians and the regular people, that there is no communication and there is no support to each other. and that's gonna end up, I think, catastrophic, and maybe that's the future of our lives. I mean, sooner or later this territory will be called Turkey or Russia, or I don't know, maybe different DNA, different languages. So it's come to a moment where it's always, it's a lesson that it's so easy you can lose your nation and lose your identity. I mean, if you don't pay attention and if you allow other people to decide instead of you. Так точно, да? Правда. А вы успели там написать ничего на русском языке? Песенки? Some song, or maybe you didn't have time?
Окей. Это песня.
Песня, да?
Это песня по-русски. У меня есть учитель, и она сказала, если вы говорите по-русски, вы должен петь эту песню. Еще я должен читать, да? Но я пробую делать сейчас.
Давайте.
Расцветали яблони и груши, оплели туманы над рекой. Выходила на берег Катюша, на высокий берег, на крутой. Выходила на берег Катюша, на высокий берег, на крутой. Выходила, песня заводила, растяного сизого орла, про того, которого любила, про того, чьи письма берегла, про того, которого любила, про того, чьи письма берегла. Ой, ты песня, песенка девичья, ты лети на ясным солнцем след, и бойцу на дальнем погранице от Катюши передай привет. И бойцу на дальнем погранице от Катюши передай привет. Пусть танцует девушка простую, пусть услышит, как она поет. Пусть он землю бережет родную, а любовь Катюша сбережет. Пусть он землю бережет родную, а любовь Катюша сбережет. Расцветали яблони и груши, оплели туманы над рекой. Выходила на берег Катюша, на высокий берег, на крутой. Выходила на берег Катюша, на высокий берег, на крутой.
Очень хорошо. Very good, very excellent. Yeah, this is a military song, by the way.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a military song during the Second World War. My grandfather told me that actually the Russian songs, the best ones, are from the Second World War because they are so from the soul. Song from the soul because they were really fighting for their country. And unfortunately, 27 million, they said, they died protecting their country. But thank you very much. It was excellent. I didn't expect that. So you make your assignment. That's good.
Слишком много. Я должен еще. Может быть, когда-нибудь я могу говорит по-русски. Я могу сказать все, я хочу сказать. Еще очень много учить.
Ну, конечно, нет. Every language you have, каждый язык надо учить весь жизнь. Every language you have to study the whole life because it's changing. I mean, even Bulgarian language, it was once in the beginning of the century, then the communists took over, they cut it out something from the alphabets and some sounds, and then it became more harsh, more aggressive. And that's why it's important to study and to evolve. It's reading books. Конечно, надо учить, надо читать на русском языке. You can take newspapers or something on the internet, and it's very simple. And that to imagine the word. And I mean, my grandfather told the best way to study English is when you say the word and you make an action. For example, stand, you stand up, or smile, smile, or something like very simple to kind of remember and memorize it, because otherwise it's very easy to forget. And if you don't practice it, like speaking or singing, I said, if you don't use it, you lose it. Если ты не используешь, ты потеряешь. The same with my Russian. If I don't come with you and practicing you, my wife says, don't speak, you're terrible. I said, it doesn't matter, I'm terrible. No. Yeah, Ivan the terrible, but it doesn't matter. It matters that you're practicing it. And that's the key. I mean, and you create some relationships and you create something, you know. In December, I'm going to go again in this event. If you have time and money, I appreciate if you meet there, but it's up to you. I'm not in December 1st, December 2nd. I'll be there with my family, of course. I'm not sure whether they're going to join the event. I will join the event in the afternoon on Saturday and Sunday the whole day. Sunday evening, I'm going back to Canada. But because I'm going to have, I think, TV presentation on Saturday morning on LA TV, some of the TV. I'm going to post it in my Facebook, so you're going to see it in the morning, 10 to 12. I mean, probably the recording will be there, but when it's going to be broadcast, I'm not sure. So if it's live, it's live. If it's not live, then I'm going to let you know. Just this presentation in English, not in Russian.
That will help.
Yeah.
I still can't hear fast enough. It's much easier to it's actually much easier to read it, and then you know it comes easier to read it. To hear it, the brain still doesn't process fast enough. I have to figure out how to make that better. But yeah, actually it's much easier for some strange reason, much easier for me when I try to read it. There's still too much I don't know, of course, but if I'm going to grasp it, for some reason it helps if I see it. I'm still having so much trouble when someone talks to me to try and process what they say.
Конечно, за это мне надо немедленно, бабно говорить. You have to talk slowly because you're right. It takes time to process, and it's, especially the different language, it will be tough for everybody. Спасибо для тебя, спасибо. I cannot sing like you. So maybe next time you can share something from your journey, how it was, where did you go, if it's not private, of course. If it's private note, you can write it down and read it and say, I was there and there, I saw this and this, I like this and this in my journey, and maybe based on that you can make a song or a story. I mean, not for next week because it will be tougher for you, but anyway. I'll see how I'm gonna be busy here because I'll be busy here with painting, but it doesn't matter, I'm not painting myself, so yeah, it will be nice. It will be nice if we meet next time, and
Okay.
And again, we use the song on the text on the song to study deeper the Russian language, which is an art, and and a challenge even for me. Nevertheless, as I explained to you, it's a common culture, and it used to be much closer languages, much closer understanding of the words, which is called Cyrillic today, but still I think it's one culture which we forgot, and we unfortunately lost our minds in the politicians field, and I don't know how it's gonna end up, but unfortunately, yes, I don't see a good, bright future for us on the Balkans. Anyway, I don't want to deal with you with this, but спасибо большое за сегодня передача. Thank you for your input, and next time we're gonna talk about your journey, how it was last week, and how did you perceive it? How did you see yourself? Did you manage to create more contacts? And why don't you look for, I mean, my suggestion is not on order. My suggestion is to look for some Russian clubs and stuff where you can practice, even in practice. Believe me, if one Russian hear how you sing, they will appreciate a lot, because usually they love to sing, whether they drink or don't drink, it doesn't matter. They love to open their soul, and to, especially when you're abroad. There's one singer, he's an immigrant, I think, Misha Shivotinsky. Misha from Michael. Misha, they say Misha, the short name for Michael. And he has very nice songs, but they were old. I mean, but if you can find an album, maybe you can hear what he was singing, and we can start and translate the text so you can understand it. And I mean, that's a suggestion. I've heard it once, a long time ago with friends, and it's really very heartful songs, very immigrant songs from the Russians abroad, like myself abroad. You know, you never cut the link with the native land, with the fatherland or motherland, whatever you say. It's the same. Спасибо тебе, Tim. Мы увидимся пак. I now send you the recording. It's a really nice song. Thank you very much. Спасибо. Thank you, Tim. Bye.